Okay. Okay. I'm not checking the comments at all.
I'll watch them.
Where's the delirium tremens?
Yeah.
It's the delirium wine tonight, so.
Oh, nice. All right.
Wait, they make a wine?
No, it's so alcohol. What's the ABV on that?
What, the Tremont?
Yeah.
It's like 9.8 or something.
Nice. I'm drinking an 11%er. Yeah, our buddy Scott, who owns a brewery, he just came out with it, and it's like dangerous.
Yeah.
Is it IPA?
Yeah, it's an
That's one
imperial.
thing I hate about myself is I don't like IPAs.
It's
I
an
wish I did because there's billions of them to try.
Yeah, it's an imperial IPA.
Oh.
Are we up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody in the chat.
No one's okay. That's all right. This is not going to be one of those where we actively monitor the chat.
No.
Probably.
No.
Just because we want to give Jason our full attention. All right. Welcome everybody. Usually I start this and the guest isn't up on the screen, but that is not the case right now. We are back. A rare Thursday BSing.
Weekends are too.
Weekends are tight the next month, and we used to do these on the weekdays. So Frozen was gracious enough to come back on the podcast, dude. You were the second guest we ever did.
Yeah.
Do you remember that setup? Like janky ass setup in the woods with the tree limb.
Yeah.
In front of the camera the whole time.
The Backcountry BSing. What was that?
That was
Where
real
were we
back.
at?
They were
Mohican, right?
Yeah, we
We were at Mohican
Yeah.
at the. Is that the YouTube meetup?
Yeah. No. Yes. Yes, it was.
And that's when we used to shoot these in the woods, and then
There was only 2 of them in the woods.
No, Tim's counted. We were at a public park. So we did 4 of them. And that was 2018? 2019?
I don't know.
So first off, thanks.
Before the world changed.
I know. So I want to talk to you about that a little bit because I haven't talked to you since, I haven't probably talked to you in like 6 months since we were doing a lot of these last year. But how is it going? Are you still working from home? Obviously you are.
Yeah. I'm still working from home full time. My wife works for my dad, and she goes in maybe like twice a week. Sometimes that's more like that. But yeah, I'm loving it though. Still, like I'm the most introverted, antisocial person in the world. I don't miss being in the office at all.
So Andy and we got our employers gave us some fun news this week.
We got our marching orders.
We're going back. And we're going back, dude. So I actually would be curious because you have I vaguely know what you do. I know a little bit about what you do. I don't really know what you do, but you have effectively you have like a white collar cubicle job. And
yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
And so when this all started, were you not looking forward to working from home?
I think I was more shocked that it was a mandated order. Like, if
Okay.
you can work from home, you need to work from home. And then, it's the mad rush to get set up,
Nope.
set up in a temporary office. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have anything.
Yeah, I know.
Really.
You're good. Sorry, I'm boosting your audio a little bit on our end. You're good. And I remember that because you were in another house. Now you're in a new house. So I'd be curious what your thoughts were. Because at first I was like, oh, this is cool. We can work from home. Like it beats commuting. I don't know what kind of commute you had. I had about 30 minutes each way, which isn't bad. Like that's not bad. I shouldn't complain about
I
it.
had 12 minutes.
Mine's like
My
8.
last job before the AT was like 35. Could be up to 2 hours depending on.
Yours is 8?
18.
Oh, okay.
18.
So work from home started. It was cool, no commute. And then I started to hate working from home. Like not hate it. Like I just got really sick of like waking up every day, going down to my basement, sitting in a chair there for like 8 to 9 hours. Then I started to love it. Like I was like, oh, this is so much better than going to the office. And then right as that's happening, my employer's like, the whole time my employer's like, I think we're going to have a flexible hybrid situation. We're going to listen to our employees. We know that's what's going to happen. And then like 2 weeks go, nope, get your ass back in the office.
We're scheduled for the first week of July is when they want to start going back.
But
We'll see if that happens.
Are you, So that's funny because that's
the
same time we're supposed to go back.
Okay.
I go back in June.
But we're supposed to go back 50% until the CDC lifts the social distancing guidelines. And then it's 100%. What kind of situation do you have a flexible situation? Are they letting you have a tech job? So do I. They should let us work from home.
I agree, but so I recently became a manager, which is kind of neat because
Andy's a manager.
kind of going after this in order to get everybody wants to get the CIO position and start making some real money.
Yeah.
They just promoted me a few months ago, which is great. I'm really happy about that. But I wouldn't mind being in the office because it's very hard to do the managerial side and like checking up on it. Like I don't like pulling tickets. I don't like doing any of that stuff. I don't like having face-to-face meetings over Zoom or Teams or anything like that. I'd rather be in person for that. But the work side of stuff, yeah, I'll be home all day. I think I work better at home.
Are you going to be able to have some sort of hybrid situation? Or are you just fully back?
I think that they're going to let us work some kind of flex schedule.
God.
Not us.
What about you, Andy? What do you prefer?
Well, I don't know. I think hybrid.
You're a manager.
Yeah. And by the way, I've had no problems like being in a manager.
Are any
role.
of your directs in your office?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter anyway. You're talking to them on video calls anyway.
Yeah. It's fine. I got people in multiple places in the country, so I'm always virtual.
Gotcha.
I just I don't know. Hybrid is clearly the best. We can all agree. I believe a hybrid is the best situation. Whatever that is, whether it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever.
I just don't want to be in a building with like social distancing guidelines.
I don't either. With the mask mandate
Yeah.
still.
I mean, they're DeWine's lifting that
Yeah,
stuff.
dude, we're a free state in a month.
Yeah.
I don't know what Pennsylvania's like.
Yeah.
We are literally June 4th. Dude.
What, for your masks?
Oh,
yeah.
no health orders. All health orders
really?
over.
Wolf is
We're Texas.
our governor. He's making us do 70% of the Pennsylvania residents need to get vaccinated before the mask mandate is lifted.
Oh.
Really?
That's
That's never going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Especially if they keep, blood clots on Pfizer, and then this one does this, and this one causes cancer. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I'll tell you in a couple
Yeah,
months.
I know. Andy and I are fully vaccinated. I'll tell you.
good.
Yeah.
My parents are finally. My grandparents are.
Did you hear? This is a joke, as I say. Did you hear what Ohio is going to do to encourage people to get vaccinated? This is
The lottery.
dude, the shottery.
That's not a joke. That's
not
real.
lottery.
No, it is real, but it's laughable that we've come to that. Like, why can't we just pay
really
people $100
Yeah. I mean, there are companies
or $500?
There are companies out
Right?
there that are giving like serious cash incentives. I read. I'm hoping this is true, but I read some article that like certain casinos were offering employees crazy money, like hundreds.
You told
of
me that.
thousands. I read the articles.
I'm like, let's just give people $500. Why are we doing a lottery? Like, I think it's hilarious. I hope they do the drawing on live TV. And you have to I don't know how they're even going to verify it. It's $1 million too. Like, it's not like $100,000. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, what are the odds?
The odds are slim. I just think it's like, that is the society we live in now. Like, I thought let's just pay people. I feel like there's better ways to do it than just 5 people get $1 million.
I like the
I love calling it the shottery. I think it's the best thing ever.
I love how what was it like? You could do shot in a beer.
Yeah, a lot of places around here, like our MLS team, like come to an MLS game. If you're vaccinated, you get a free beer. Like I kind of like that.
Yeah, I just want free beer right now.
Well, there's some in the fridge.
No, I mean like for getting my vaccine.
Have you? So Frozen, can I ask you?
You can't ask him.
I know it's kind of a personal question if you ask people if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, we're not going to ask.
I won't ask you.
You can ask.
I wouldn't judge
It's
you.
a personal question.
Either way.
I haven't got it. I haven't got it yet. I was gonna wait probably another month or two, and then go for it. I do want to see what side effects are going to be occurring with these vaccines.
You're gonna feel like shit. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Some
Yeah.
of our coworkers got knocked out for a couple days.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's not a couple days. It's 12 hours.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's 12 hours of really feeling like shit. Not for me. It was eight hours.
I was like
only
like
on the
20
second shot.
I was like 24.
First shot, no issues. But like when they say, like I read the clinical trials data where it's like 18% of people experience side effects on the second shot, like that they're just vaccinating old people. I don't know. That number's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's way higher than that.
Yeah.
Everyone I have known that is our age, like everyone has felt a little crappy. Everyone I've known that's got it that is over the age of like 65, 70, no issues. So I don't know what that is, but here's my advice. Schedule a sick day the next day.
Yeah, schedule a sick day for sure.
And get
after
it
the second one.
Get it as early as you can in the day. I feel like that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
So then it hits you like maybe you're sleep, maybe you sleep through it.
You're not gonna sleep through it.
All right, some good advice.
I don't know.
You're not
honestly, I got it. I'm so, and we're going to talk about backpacking, folks. Don't worry. But I was just so sick of thinking about COVID, worrying about COVID. I know for people like us, it's not necessarily a high threat disease, but I say that I know people my age that were healthy and died from it, which is scary. But I was just sick of worrying about it, sick of thinking about it.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And I'm just like, whatever. Give me it. I mean, I was like you, Frozen. I was like, I'm going to wait as long as possible. You know, just wait. Cause it's been out for like 4 or 5 months now.
Okay. Hold on. Literally the first chance that Ohio opened up for your age group, you were there.
Yeah. But by that point, but by that point, that's cause I was traveling. But by that point we had been 4 months of doses and at the point I got it, we both got Moderna. 10 somewhere in the realm of like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million people had gotten it already. So I was like, I felt good about it. And I was just like, I don't know, I was traveling. It's kind of interesting actually discussing how it affects backpacking and through hiking. Cause last year it obviously like killed the through hiking season. I know that's something we asked you like last year, if you were on the trail, like what would you have done?
Yeah, I would have had to go home. I mean,
what if you were like
uh,
a month away from finishing?
I mean, I would have came back out in October and did a Sobo at that point.
Would you? I know you're obviously not through hiking this year, but would you, if you were planning to through hike this year, would you still have done it?
Yeah, this year for sure.
Even though it's still kind of weird. But let's make the assumption that the through hike you would have been doing is the PCT, and so you're in California, which is locked down like crazy, probably through most of your through hike.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because Kyle, he just postponed. He's like, I'm not dealing with it. It's like I can do it effectively whenever I want in my life. Effectively, like why do it this year? Especially if you're in California throughout, 80% of it, 70% of it.
It's getting better in California right now, though.
It's just like, why deal with it though if you don't have to? I don't know. I kind of agree with that situation. And I know you've talked about a time. There's another thing I want to talk to you about is you've talked about a time frame for doing the PCT. And is that, I remember you told me it's like within the next 5 years. Is that still applicable?
Yeah, it'll be ideally, I mean, you have to do for the PCT, you got to get permits. It's kind of like a lottery system. You don't really know your start date until you get your permit. So ideally it would be April of 2024.
Okay.
It's really hard to plan logistically compared to the AT where I could just drive down to Georgia, but now I have to figure out lodging and travel down to the border. And I'll get there. I'm about halfway in the save. We set up a savings fund for me that I can't touch until the beginning of 2024. It's collecting a crap ton of interest, and all the YouTube earnings, Amazon, Patreon, all that stuff's going in there. I'm about halfway there already, and I started in last year in October.
For the PCT specifically?
Yeah. So I'm about halfway there. It's gonna happen. It's just what month am I starting it? It's gonna be 2024 though.
Can I ask you what your target savings goal is for the PCT?
Target savings goal is going to be enough to survive for 6 months with a regular paycheck. So I'm taking what I'm making now.
Okay.
And I'm doing that for 6 months.
Okay. So way more than
to be done in 4, but just in case I can't find a job for 2 months. So my wife's Chrissy is still working during this whole thing. And YouTube's going to be bringing in a decent amount of cash flow, but there's still that big gap in the mortgage. You know what I mean? That you got to get, especially with this house.
See,
This house is quite a lot bigger than the last one.
This is a great point because most people just think about the cost of like hiking the PCT, which I don't know.
Which is only about $1,000 a month.
Yeah, $4 or $5 grand.
You can handle that.
But you got 6 months of familial living expenses, which is way
people
more
were
than
asking
$5
Frozen, why is it going to take you 4 years to save up for this? So it's like, I got 2 kids and a wife, 2 dogs, and a big house. Not a big house, but a decent middle class home here now. I mean, I was living in, I don't want to say the slums, but my mortgage was not in the quadruple digits by any means. It was low mortgage. And that was done on purpose. I don't need a big house for just me to live in.
Yeah.
And the AT was easy to save up for. It took me 10 months to save up, done. But this one, a little bit more consideration is going to be involved.
Did you refi already?
Everyone's
refining.
We got the lowest possible.
Wait, when did you? Oh, you're in the 2s. Okay.
Yeah, we're in the 2.
Don't worry about it.
So,
okay. Yep. You don't need to refi. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. But you actually, I actually did brainstorm several things I wanted to talk to you about, and you just hit on something that I did want to talk to you about. And so for me personally, probably for Andy as well, my lens on how I view backpacking has changed now that I'm married and have a family. Like, how has that impacted how you view backpacking, and maybe specifically how you view thru hiking? Meaning, like, do you have a lower risk tolerance for things? Like, do you plan trips differently? Like, how different is it now? I mean, because something we love about you is like you were one of the very first YouTubers we ever started watching, and that's watching so you. True. I mean, I started watching YouTube in 2016. You had been YouTubing at that point, and watching you. I mean, we've been watching you for like 6 years now. When did you start?
Oh, I'm so sorry. 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Is when I started.
So how has it changed now that you're a family man? I mean, you got a mortgage, you got a wife, you got kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm definitely, the family is there. They're always on my mind. It doesn't necessarily change my views on backpacking. I still would like to get out. Still would like to do these things, but I'm obviously taking everybody into consideration because I'm not trying to be selfish. It's not all about me anymore. It's about everybody else but me. But when I'm out on my backpacking trips, it is just about me. It's that one time that I can be selfish again and live kind of like the bachelor's life.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this last night. I was laying in bed and I was like, I got a great wife. There's not many wives out there that would say, because I ask her once a month, I was like, hey, you still cool with me hiking the PCT? She says, yeah. And I was like, why? I flat out ask her, why are you okay with this? And her answer is, well, it's one of your dreams. And I think that's hard to find because I've never even dated someone like that before.
Yeah.
Or
let alone,
does she
got married? But
does she have something that?
Or she's like, God, he's gonna be out of the house for 4 months.
No,
all right.
Or maybe she's like, I'm gonna backpack through Europe for 4 months in like 8 years.
Yeah. Does it? So we talked about this on one of our last podcasts, and like what we have to do to pay off our wives to do this stuff, and like, what's it gonna cost you? It's costing you something.
How much
it's costing you something
outside of their bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Back. I mean, I bought her this house. She liked it. I don't necessarily like the house too much, but she loved it. Went for it. You know what I mean?
Did you buy that place right when COVID started?
Yeah, it was. We like jumped the gun on this house too because every time we were interested in a house, 2 hours after we got the visit done, and we like just talked about it for just a little bit, it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had bought it already or contingent. It was crazy.
It's way crazier now.
Yeah.
So thank God you did it.
I can imagine. I should have waited on selling my other house.
Yeah.
I mean, it made a lot more than it should have, but
it would have made a lot more now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just, I think about I always think about risk tolerances, and how that changes based on like where you are in life. And I feel like I have a much lower tolerance for risk. Like I carry the inReach a lot more now. I know you've always kind of carried something like that.
I used to carry that Spot.
I'd say, do you not carry that anymore?
I don't carry it anymore now.
What if you're going solo?
On a backpacking trip, no. If I'm hiking the PCT, I'm gonna get the Garmin inReach Mini.
Yeah.
Just to check in because there's so much so many areas without service there.
Yeah.
The AT, you get service on the top of almost every mountain. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I take the InReach more. I don't know.
And that's cool. That's cool. If that makes you feel comfortable.
What you've
By all
taken it
means.
like once?
No, because I've taken it 4 or 5 times. But if I'm going somewhere now, not that I do any soloing now, but if we're going somewhere now where we know we're not going to have cell service for days on end, it's like $15 to activate it. Like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's mine.
Well, you're kids, right? Your kids are younger.
Child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
younger.
Little one.
Right. So my kids are 6 and 7.
But how does that? How does
that they're gonna?
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? But I get it. If I have a baby, then yeah.
I mean, I took
I
a
would, of course.
We took a backpacking trip when I had a 2-month-old.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous if you think about it. I don't know. It's just I was thinking about you and how much backpacking you've done over 7 years, and that's another thing I want to get into is how YouTube has changed in those 7 years.
Yeah.
Because it has changed drastically since we started in 2017, 2018, 2017, because we're coming up on 4th year.
Yeah. When was that REI?
2017 we started. You started in 2014. How different is A, YouTube in general, and B, the backpacking specific niche on YouTube? It's so different.
The community.
Yeah, I mean, the community has definitely grown by like 100-fold since there. I feel like you can't really go backpacking unless you are a vlogger at this point. But
Especially through hiking.
yeah,
You know,
but I feel like that's okay right now, at least. I mean, I didn't run into really any vloggers on my through hike.
that's
And
surprising.
whenever I did vlog, I tried to stay away
Yeah,
from
you
people
were
and make it myself.
in your
you know what I
shots.
mean?
You were pretty away from people.
But if
remember
you
that.
go on like the Appalachian Trail forums on, like, they have Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
they have groups every year for that. You can see like people are starting to get annoyed
I
by
could
that
see
whole
that.
vlogging because it's in your face vlogging, which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I think I mean, it's ridiculous. Like if I talk to someone, I've already asked them, hey, you want to be on YouTube? And they say yes. I'm not sticking a camera in their face just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I still feel weird videoing in front of other people that I don't know.
Me too.
You know?
I don't think
Yeah.
you do that very often.
That's because I feel weird about it.
Yeah. I don't think that's the thing that we do.
That's because I don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, I know. You said you feel weird about it, but we don't do it, so it's good.
I know, but I don't do it because I feel weird about it. I mean,
Right.
there are plenty of opportunities for us to film in front of people, like David Gray style.
Yeah.
But I still don't because you just don't know how that's going to rub people. I don't know.
Right.
Like, you're good about it. A lot of people are good about it. At least David Gray is open and be like, hey, I'm going to turn this camera on.
I don't know. Some of this
Actually, he
glacier
doesn't do that.
Filming the Southwest counter.
Yeah, like filming the Ranger counter. I still feel weird about that. And that's something I thought would change doing 4 years of YouTube. I'm more comfortable talking in front of a camera, but it's still weird. I don't know.
It really is.
I thought it would be different. Now, I will say, like when we were in Linville Gorge, when we go with other YouTubers, it's not weird at all.
No, it's comfortable.
And that's
right.
something I like going with YouTubers. And I was reminiscing. We were actually talking about our Linville Gorge trip on our call-in show.
Yeah, should we do that again? Try to find the right path.
Oh God. No, we were talking about the fact that I never met you and we had this Airbnb and we walked into the Airbnb and you were playing the goddamn scene in Backcountry where the dude's getting eaten by the black bear live. But that was a really fun trip, and it was really fun.
It was a great trip.
We showed up, we had some beers, we had freaking Sam on that trip.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun trip, and it was really cool to meet you and backpack with you.
On that
It
trip.
was fun,
Yeah,
man.
it was
And I
good,
keep saying this, but we need to do something again. COVID
Hey, I'm here.
effed everything up. We're still trying to. We got a trip to Colorado on the books in July, and then we're doing some stuff in California, like end of August. But other than that,
I need to get out west. It's so hard right
it's
now.
crazy
so
to me that you've
expensive.
never backpacked out there.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do the PCT, so I'll be over.
That
there.
counts.
But,
That
yeah, I
counts.
need to
That's
do
a
that. But
big-
I'm gonna go out before I get to the PCT.
Man, Colorado is an easy one.
Colorado's easy, man.
An easy long weekend.
Like literally, you can. You can fly. Is your resident airport Pittsburgh? Is that your closest?
Pittsburgh
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's better than Columbus. Columbus, we fly direct to Denver. It's like 2.5, 3 hour flight. You can take a shuttle or rent a car, and you can drive 2 hours, and you're in the Rocky Mountains, and it's like reasonably cheap. So Colorado is kind of our go-to like out west destination for like just because it's practical. I don't know, but it's not. It's like we're to the point. Another thing I want to talk to you about, because you way more than us, you have got to be getting sick of this Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia backpacking.
Oh yeah.
You have done it all, and you've done them all like 5 times.
Well, I'm trying to get like overnight trips scheduled, right? And I'm using mid-Atlantic hikes like every other person out there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll go here. It's 30 miles. That'll be good for an overnight.
But like, does that excite you?
So somebody asked me this too in the comments a couple days ago, actually. It does. I just like the whole act of going outside, strapping a backpack on, and just camping in the woods and hiking and seeing what happens. That's the thing that it draws me with backpacking. I don't particularly like plan trips according to like views or this epic scenery. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just the whole experience of it.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. And our problem is like we've been to Zaleski 8 times.
Yeah.
At least. And we do need to get to Pennsylvania more. Pennsylvania has good stuff.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that much in Pennsylvania.
No, I think the only thing is like Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, but Pennsylvania's got a lot of other good stuff.
Yeah, it sure does.
And we haven't done that stuff, but like we've done all the Ohio stuff. One place, and I don't actually know how many times you've been there. I know you've been there. One place we're trying to go to more is Red River Gorge, because it's only 3 hours from us. And it's
been there twice.
Yeah, I know
No,
you've
3 times actually.
I know you've been there. It's probably I mean, it's a lot further for you than us. But like we're trying to do that where it's like, okay, we're like you. We try and go out once a weekend. That has not happened the last few months, or once a month, sorry. And all right, where can we go? And it's like, all right, we've hit all the places in Ohio many times. We've hit Laurel Highlands like 3 times.
Michigan's just slightly past the...
The thing about Michigan is to go anywhere that's like reasonably cool, you got to go up into Michigan, which is...
You
You got a UP or Upper Michigan, which is like 8 or 9 hours. And it's like 8 or 9 hours. We can go to the Smokies. We can go to Linville Gorge. So Red River Gorge is like kind of that sweet spot. But now it's like... Shit.
There's so many people there.
Yeah.
There's so many people. And at COVID, that's a whole other thing we can talk about. The outdoors.
I bet everybody's vlogging too.
Everyone's vlogging, and I honestly think because of COVID, more people are outside. And, you know, I used to say, you know, a really thing that I like doing with our channel is getting people to go outside.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's good for the outside.
No, that is certainly good for the outdoors.
I don't know if it is.
Getting more people to buy into it.
Getting more people to buy into it is good for the outdoors, but there is no question the more people you send out there, the more the impact is felt.
Right.
Yeah, but there's positive things from that too.
I think awareness is good, but what I was getting at with this conversation is we are now to the point where it's like, shit, all right, we got a weekend. If we can take 1 day off from work, we can fly to Colorado for like $200 or $300.
Is it that cheap?
Yeah.
All right, so I have no excuse. All right, so
I don't know about from
I'll step up
Pittsburgh.
my game here.
Southwest has a direct flight to Denver twice a day from Columbus. I'm assuming it's better from Pittsburgh. It's usually between $200 and $300. Granted, there's costs for getting to the trail from the Denver airport, but it's like, okay, $300 or $400, we can go do 2-3 nights in Colorado if we push it. And that's just it's worth it to do that. I mean, $400 is not a small amount of money.
No.
And we're not doing that every month, but it's like, okay, let's skip Ohio this weekend and let's go to Colorado. Or,
but even it's not as easy as that.
No, it's not as easy as that.
But
it's not.
I think I'd rather save up some days and use them like that rather than just.
And that kind of has flipped for us, because we used to be more like you, where it's like, let's just go outside. I don't care where we're going, and we still kind of have that.
But those are just the overnights.
I'm not going to Zaleski three times a year.
I don't necessarily like Zaleski. I've been there twice now. I feel like most of the trails there are just walking around doing meetups, but
Yeah.
We're going
I've
to
changed
Zaleski.
more to, man, I wish I could go out for 5 days.
Yeah.
And that was the AT's fault, because that whole just, you can just ignore life for 7 days. But it's hard with the family now.
It's going to be hard when you're CIO.
Yeah. Yeah. One day. Who knows when that'll happen.
They're not going to let the CIO just leave for 5 months.
They'll expect you to work the
exactly.
entire time.
Sabbaticals.
That's true. Have you been, I know the answer to this, but I've been enjoying IBTAT's CDT series.
I'm behind, so don't spoil anything.
I'm behind too.
He's a bunch of times.
He's hiking the CDT.
But dude, I'm not gonna lie. Andy and I were talking about this. So first off, I'm only like 6 or 7 episodes in.
He's only on like 12.
It's like 12, so I am behind. But dude, and we did some of this style of backpacking in Nevada a month or 2 ago. There's nothing that appealing to me to what he's doing right now.
Just about to say that the CDT doesn't interest me right now.
You're gonna do stuff similar to that on the PCT though, in the desert.
Yeah, but at least
it's a trail. It's
right.
a designated trail.
That's true.
And
that's true.
A lot of road walking on the CDT.
Dude.
Yeah,
and it's not like a couple days of that. It's
like 20-mile days on the road sometimes.
Yeah,
and I am just like.
Yeah, but once you get north and you get maybe a little bit out of New Mexico and you go into Colorado and all the other states.
Well, just like the PCT, once you get out of that desert section, it's way cooler. But we did some desert camping, and I'm watching him do it,
and I'm like, nope.
It does not seem fun.
It's
No,
and it's just like in that first part of the CDT, like there's literally no water, so you're relying on caches and like cattle
that's
troughs.
another thing I don't get. Like, so you're relying on
PCTs
these
like that
to be filled up.
Not as bad, but you are.
There are definitely parts of PCT like that. Yeah, who's doing that? Especially in the CDT.
Well, you got trail angels that keep stashes going, and then you got like those cattle pumps.
Those things look disgusting.
Sawyer, who cares?
I know. I don't take it out. I know. But so much of his hiking is just around where the water caches are.
Isn't that everything? That's going to be the PCT.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at least once you get out of the desert in the PCT, there's like streams.
Yeah. Then the fun begins.
I know, right? But I'll tell you, man, we did, backpacking and hiking out in California. And I've been on the PCT for a few miles, but it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So different than what we have here in the Midwest. Yeah. Now, are you going to hammock it?
No, I'm going to tent. I actually enjoy the tent now that I found the right sleeping pad.
Which one did you get? Did you get the Tensor? You got the Tensor. Yeah, it's good, right?
For literally you and everyone
it's good, man.
Recommendations.
What's the coldest? What's the coldest temperature you've taken it?
36.
Okay, which is totally fine.
I'm gonna get the insulated model. They didn't have it in stock this year.
Oh, I have the insulated one. Okay, the insulated one's good to like the low 20s, I'd say.
Yeah, I have the uninsulated one. That's light.
So
it's
you're
a little bit bigger than the Thermarest X Lite, but
you're another flipper. He's flipped.
No, see, I'm trying to do a 50-50
You're
split.
a tweener like me. You're a bi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bi. You're bi like me because I still use the hammock. I like the hammock. The hammock. I love. This is such a spoiled brat YouTuber. I love having both. And multiple of both setups. Like we have multiple hammocks, multiple underquilts, multiple tents, multiple sleeping pads. It's so nice. We have in our arsenal 3 pads, 2 tents, 4 hammocks, 3 underquilts, 4 top quilts. And I love being able to say like, okay, we're going to this kind of trip. Like let's do the hammock. Desert trip, we're taking the tents. Like I just love having the options.
I'm looking forward to not being in a tent.
You're in the Altiplex. It's tight. But dude, I know we texted about this, but next year we're doing a hot tent with you and we'll have a great time.
I'll go. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh,
I want to try it out at least.
It's so much fun.
I'll probably be bored.
Yeah, you will be bored.
I mean, Jason, you just crush beers.
You do.
Okay, I'm down for that.
That's all you do.
Go do 20 miles, wear yourself out, and then you arrive at the hot
Meet you
tent.
back at the hot tent.
Yeah. And dude, I'm buying, it weighs the same as the axe. I'm bringing the mini chain. I'm buying a mini chainsaw next year. I am. It's 2.5 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What, a gasoline powered?
No,
chainsaw?
it's dude electric. It's like a DeWalt. You got the batteries that slide in, you know?
God.
Dude, they're $100.
Hey, whatever works, man.
I mean, it's so much easier. Dude, a hot tent, you got to process so much wood.
Oh, I can imagine.
But it's fun, man. You just set up, go out when it's super cold, bunker it down, put all the beers in the snow under the lip of the hot tent. You've got a cooking surface all night. Put the TV on.
TV. Nice.
Yeah, you just take the phone, hang it. It's like 50, 60 degrees in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just hang out. That's fun.
Yep, it is a good time.
It's a totally different kind of style of camping. I know, right? It's laughable.
Dude, winter, I'm all about just chilling.
Yeah,
I know, man.
I'm doing miles
I'm
in the
happy to
winter.
I'm happy to hear you say that because you do a ton of winter camping, and not that many people do a lot of winter camping.
Yeah.
We actually did a lot this year,
Yeah, because we got the hot tent.
but we did a lot the year before.
Yeah.
And winter backpacking is just
It's hard.
it's such
I
a
don't think I do a lot, by the way. I think maybe like one a year
oh really?
is probably, maybe 1 or 2 a year.
I thought you did
wouldn't
more
say
than
a
that.
lot, but-
I vividly remember your winter Vesuvius video. One of the first Vesuvius videos I watched. I think did you have a 0 degree setup in that video?
Was it winter? Did I do that?
You
in
did.
winter?
You did it in winter. Yes.
Wow. I'm crazy. My
Um,
old self was crazy.
yeah, I feel like you did a lot of cold weather stuff.
Yeah, I feel like, or maybe like late fall.
I don't know.
Like November, December. I still classify that as fall. It's the January,
Yeah.
February, March. That's
Yeah.
when there's some serious snow on the ground. That's winter camping to me. I can
Yeah.
handle the cold. It's just the snow is hard to walk in.
It's
Yeah.
pain. It's a
Yeah.
total pain.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that much like snow stuff.
A little bit in the Smokies.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that's true. But it wasn't like snowshoeing level snow.
No.
I don't know.
Well, Dan still got wet on that one, right?
Dude.
That was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Dan, dude. I was like, dude, you have I was like,
broke my hammock that
do
trip.
not tell me this is the first time you're setting up this tent. I don't think it was.
It was the first time in the rain for sure.
And that tent, I was like, dude, send it back. And he sent it back the second we got back from that
What
trip.
tent?
It was Hyperlight Mountain Gears. I don't know what it was
It
called.
was like a pyramid.
It was a
with an
pyramid
insert.
with an insert tent. It was huge. Like $1,000 tent. Massive.
Rigo?
I think bigger than that. It was
Oh,
like
wow.
a big single pole pyramid design with inserts that you put in it. And God bless Dan. We got to camp. I borrowed a tent from him. He helped me set it up. I'm like, Dan, you do not need to help me with this. Like, it's a freestanding tent. Big Agnes, I got it. But he helped me. And by the time we got mine set up, which took like 5 minutes, it was just 35 degrees and pouring down rain. And he's trying to fiddle around with this freaking HMG tent. And he got it set up and just everything was wet. And I just felt so bad for the dude. I don't know. I guess I would have done the same thing. If all your shit's wet.
I'm out.
It was
I'm
below
out.
freezing and
Yeah.
like everything was wet. He just had to leave. And that sucked. But that tent, that was one where it's like, and I think he did set up like you have got to set things up before you go out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then if you can do it in inclement weather, because dude, I know you know this, but when your hands get cold, it's really hard to do like things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Bryce's thing too. It's like when your hands get cold, like your dexterity just goes like out the window, and
Right.
doing these little things sucks.
Bryce had nitrile gloves. He was good.
Did he? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he had this. He had like surgical gloves.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he sure did.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
the
Yeah.
showas or the actual?
No, he didn't have the show us.
No,
Oh, okay.
just like surgical
I love
gloves.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's like,
I don't remember
they're
that.
waterproof.
I don't remember that.
What's Bryce doing? I need to.
Dude,
Watch
Bryce
our
is
last podcast.
watch our Collins show. He God bless his heart. He drives here 2 hours. He's driven to our houses probably like 5 or 6 times. He's awesome, man. I mean, you backpacked with him.
Yeah, we camped together at Oil Creek.
Yeah,
He's awesome,
such a
dude.
good dude and very strong backpacker.
You should come to town and come here and we'll do a
I've
be
been
fun.
trying to.
It'll be
I've
fun,
been trying
man.
to figure out when I can, but yeah.
Bryce will come. You can stay at my place. We'll do a 6-hour live stream.
All right.
We'll
I'm
call
down.
people.
You're gonna provide the beer, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, dude,
Nice.
it is so frozen, dude. So, dude, what we did on our last call-in show, we
I haven't
opened.
watched it yet.
It's okay. I'll spoil it for you. We opened up a super chat menu where people could donate super chats, and we do various things. And one of the super chats was $100. We take a shot of bourbon, and we got 3 of them.
Oh my.
So next time you come, dude, we got.
I'm not doing that.
Andy said the same thing. If someone gives us $100, you're taking a shot of bourbon. You're taking a shot of something.
Yeah, but that super chat's going to you, not me.
No, we gave Bryce. We paid Bryce off.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think I did watch this actually.
Yeah, and Bryce
Didn't I
did.
donate on that one? It was a couple
I
bucks.
feel like I thought you did.
I don't know. Bryce
I
got
might have popped in
compensated.
just-
We Venmo'd Bryce. We compensated Bryce. I mean, we people were throwing $15 super chats left and right.
Wow.
And we're upgrading equipment.
Yeah,
so-
we're using that money, people. Don't worry. Don't worry. We paid off Bryce. We paid his travel expenses. Frozen, we'll pay your travel expenses.
Perfect.
I did not expect the super chat menu to get as wild as it did. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was fun though. So anyway, if you do ever want to come here, you are
For sure.
invitation's always welcome. You can stay with me. We'll bring Bryce or Restless or maybe everybody and
Dan. Everybody. Restless Dan, me, and Bryce.
we'll prank call Dan. That was one of the super chats no one bought. It was $85. We will prank call a YouTuber of our choice, and it was either going to be Restless or Dan, or maybe get them both on the line at the same time and they don't know it.
That's a couple $100.
That'd be two $85 super chats. We'll put Bryce and we'll put Restless and Dan on the phone with each other, and they won't know it. That'd be funny though. I don't know. Dan's too nice. He'd go along with it, you know.
Yeah, we'll make you we'll give you the $5 super chat menu where if people
Yeah, we
donate
had-
$5, you'll compliment
We had
them.
$5. Bryce gives you a nice, sincere compliment, and a lot of those came in. $15 was we will text Kyle from Kyle Hates Hiking, you suck. And we got a ton of those. $35 was we were going to write Kyle sucks on his Facebook wall. Nobody, it was like the 5, the 15 and the $100 ones were just rolling in. I was going to have $100. Let's shotgun a natty light. And I'm glad we did shot of bourbon for $100. And we brought someone in to moderate the chat. It was great.
He's in the chat.
Oh,
moderating.
he did a great job. He took the shots with us.
He says he has his newest piece of backpacking gear on his lap with him.
What is it?
Think about it.
Oh, that's a piece of backpacking gear? I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Apparently.
But anyway, Frozen, invitation's always open, man. You know that.
Yeah, we'll give you
man. Appreciate
$20.
We'll give you more than $20. And all the free alcohol. Hey, you can even bring Chrissy. You can bring them all. I got bedrooms. We'll all hang out.
We'll see.
Yeah, I
I'll
know, right?
definitely come over sometime.
Do you have any? Speaking of this year, what are your plans?
what
What's
are
your
the
big trail?
trips?
What's your big trail this year?
Big trail this year is going to be, well, the second biggest trail, hopefully, this year is going to be the Loyal Sock Trail, 68 miles.
Oh, nice.
It's good. First weekend of June, doing that with miles to go. Maybe Gary, maybe Shorts. We'll have to see if he responds. He's planning wedding, even though he's already married. We're still doing the whole wedding thing.
Nice.
His wedding fell through due to
Because
COVID.
COVID.
Which I'm so lucky, man. I missed that by like 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude, you did. I forgot about that. Yeah,
I'm
you
so-
did.
We got our wedding and our honeymoon in, and then COVID work from home like the week after. It was crazy.
Nice timing.
So
Yeah,
I'm hoping to do another longer trip. I'm not gonna say where that is just yet, but we'll see. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen just because of the plane ticket stuff.
Mhm.
But
Can you tell me how long it would be? Like,
it'd be a week.
Okay.
Okay.
7 days.
Okay.
Nice.
That's it. Can you tell me what time of the year? You don't have to tell me where.
Fall in Vermont.
Oh,
If you
okay.
can't get it from there, then you can't. You're
Okay.
never gonna get it.
So I know what you're talking about.
Fall in Vermont.
I just wanna
You can
complete
do
it, you
that
know
in a
what I mean?
week?
Yeah, the remaining stuff.
Oh, because you've already
half,
done
but
some of it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
It would be a section, then followed by another short section next year.
And that's we had Kyle on here a few weeks ago, and that's just an area of the I know you've obviously been there. That's an area of the country we've been to, but never backpacked.
Yeah.
And such an untapped, like Maine, Vermont. I know
You need to go to Maine.
I know.
Yeah.
I've heard like really good things about. I've been to Vermont. It's beautiful, but never backpacked there.
Yeah, I've never.
Same with the Whites.
Yep.
Like New Hampshire, like all that stuff.
Well, hey, I'd like to do the Pemi Loop at some time this year too. So if you're interested,
You got some aggressive backpacking things on the docket. This doesn't include all your overnights.
It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I can run now. Like I'm so.
Oh, you're
happy
finally.
that-
You're
you're
finally.
right.
Yeah.
Are you
I
healed?
think we texted about this before. Like before COVID or before the AT, I would get shin splints after the first 2 miles. I'm running like 6-7 miles now, and I'm not even feeling.
So what
it. It's
changed?
great. I don't know. I
Shoes?
have no idea. No, they're still. Well, maybe I'm in ultras now, but I don't know what changed.
Maybe you just
Maybe the
strengthened.
muscles just got worked out. I don't know.
Are you running on the road or trails?
I'm running on treadmill right now.
Nice.
I was running on the road, but the neighborhood goes like this, like a roller coaster. And I'm just able to keep up my jogging pace with my good heart cardio and everything like that.
Dude, get on the trails. Do some trail running.
I will once I'm relearning how to walk differently. I'm learning how to hike differently.
Interesting.
I twisted my ankle quite a bit on the AT, and it has persisted since.
Oh wow.
So I used to walk like this strike first on my right foot, and now I'm kind of turning it this way, so I can't roll the ankle. So I'm like pushing into the dirt this way.
That's got to be super annoying to have to learn.
It is,
that.
but I'm finally getting used to it. Like I'm walking like that in my everyday life. Like even in like one of my slippers walking around the house, I'm walking like that.
That's good.
And I've kind of trained it over this past year.
Maybe that's took out the shin splints.
So far, so good.
Maybe that was the shin splints cure.
No, that's your body healed itself.
That's crazy that AT injury has persisted.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Did you get it looked at?
What, the knee?
The ankle and the knee.
No, I mean, I attribute it to I had really high platform shoes with the Ultra Olympus. They were like 3 inches off the ground, and I just feel like I wasn't used to walking like that. I rolled my ankle all the time after Vermont.
Yeah, if you're high up there like that.
Yeah. So going back to the Lone Peaks, I was still doing it, but walking differently has definitely helped me.
Are you in the 4.5s?
Yeah, I am.
The
fives really interest me, but I'm not paying $130 for this thing.
You just gotta wait a year.
Yeah, it'll be $70.
Wait $70. Yep. You have the 4.5s, right?
Yeah,
I gotta get those.
Of your recommendation.
I know. I gotta get those. I know.
Did you see that they're sewing the toe cap on now? Finally.
No.
In the fives, yeah.
That's nuts.
It took them 5 versions to figure that out.
Turns out the glue doesn't hold.
5 years to figure out how to sew a toe cap on it. Yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually. All right, I know we've been ignoring. I know you've been looking at the chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here.
I know.
I haven't been paying attention.
Okay,
but
I don't know.
There's a lot of good stuff. I know there was a good debate in here for a little bit about the usefulness of like a GPS device or like a spot device. Like,
it's just an insurance policy.
Well, yeah, a bunch of people are going back and forth on like how useful it actually is or whatever. But
with smartphones, you can set you can set the airplane mode, go into Google Maps, and find the nearest road or stream and follow that out. That's my thing. Why I don't really carry a
my thing is, what if you what if you can't physically move?
Well, that's the risks,
and that's why I carry it. It's like if you, I feel like when you're hiking, the highest likelihood thing that's going to happen is you step wrong and you tweak your ankle or your knee and you can't walk.
Yeah.
Or something falls on you. I don't know.
Yeah, there was
let's be clear, I am not taking a GPS device for maps.
Yeah.
Downloading stuff on your phone is way better. I mean, I have the InReach, and actually looking at the maps on there sucks.
Oh, I can imagine.
I have it if you get the mini, I have it purely for the SOS button, and then depending on what package I buy, people to track me, which is cool, and to send a text or two every day. Like, I'm not using it for the maps function. It sucks. Right.
Yeah, the SOS is for sure to look at.
Smartphones on this phone, the maps on the smartphone are so good now.
I think somebody made a comment that said it's like the average rescuer takes 24 to 48 hours to reach you, but they're saying like that's a bad thing. It's just like it's better.
Kind of makes sense.
It's better than nobody
24
coming.
hours?
It's better than nobody coming.
Really? 24 hours?
I don't know. Somebody said
that seems like a long time.
Yeah.
If you hit an SOS, depending on where you are. A day?
Well,
I'd love to
Yeah,
see the stats on it.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's better than not coming.
I assumed if you hit the SOS, if you hit the Garmin SOS, like they tell you, you are in contact with someone immediately.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, if you're gonna,
But not that they're coming, but like
Yeah.
someone knows what's happening to you immediately, which I believe is what they say. And then
You can get it on a signal.
That's true. That's true.
My spot, it wouldn't get signals sometimes. It would just flash red all night, and I'm like, why am I carrying this if I have?
Garmin was pretty good. Garmin would sometimes.
Yeah, they have better satellites.
Yeah.
Than Spot.
They would probably take a little time, but once you got linked up with the satellite, which is like it would take maybe 30 minutes before your trip, then you're good as long as you kept it on. But dude, if it takes 48 hours to get to you, I'm rethinking carrying one of those things. I can crawl somewhere in 48 hours.
Frozen, I think there's a request in the chat for you to do an OnlyFans page as well.
What's that? Oh, is that the porn thing?
Yeah.
No. It's gonna be a lot of money.
Just make
porn.
Just make your Patreon OnlyFans. It's basically
Right.
OnlyFans is Patreon just for nudity. Do you like doing the Patreon?
I feel a little bad because the content's been slow just because I've been so busy.
Yeah.
But honestly, Patreon and the PayPal thing was only started because people were actually like
We get this.
reaching out
Yeah.
to, is there any way I could support you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't really have anything right now. I mean, just watch the videos. And they're like, I'd really like to support your upcoming hike. I'm like, all right, well, let me look into making a Patreon. And I give them a couple early
Yeah.
days video access. Once I get the video upload, they have it immediately. I'm never selling myself on Patreon. I was like, you should sign up for my Patreon because you'll get all these great benefits. But one thing I do for them over there is, if they have any questions, they're answered like immediately. As soon as I can get to them, they're answered immediately. No matter how in depth the question is, I try to go out of my way for them.
So we get that's
idea.
awesome, by the way. We get probably not as much as you, but we do get people like, how can I like support you? And we're just like, just buy the merch.
Oh, this is cool. Arcana,
That's the easiest thing to
Arcana
do.
says Garmin has a webinar on what happens when you hit the SOS button.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
I should
Hey,
probably
Ricard, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I should probably watch that.
Justin Outdoors says rescues are often within an hour in the Canadian Rockies. Frozen, do you use a GoPro?
No.
No.
My God. Did you see the last video?
So this is a comment from Scott Valerie. Says, given Frozen's experience with the GoPro 9, I'm wondering if it's worth getting one now. Sounds like no.
I mean, you should watch that 8-minute video I put out yesterday. I've had a lot of people say they have GoPros in the comments that absolutely love it, but I've had a 4 black and a 9 now, and both of them do the same exact thing. They crash, they lose footage, and they freeze. And I'm not willing to deal with that. I'd rather carry my big, heavy 2-pound Sony around.
Still rocking the Sony.
Yeah, the AX43. I love it.
I have a wait, AX33?
43.
Oh, I'm filming on an AX33 right now.
There you go.
Nice. I've thought about, you got the IBIS. That's so sick.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah,
It's called the IBIS.
Yeah, yep. I've thought about. We've never taken it on a trip. We've considered it because it is better than the M50 that he carries.
It's really stable.
Yeah, it's so stable. It's like you moving around and you can see the lens in there.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
I dropped a raisin in there on my last and I couldn't get it out.
Oh, like in there?
Like, what are you talking about? You dropped the raisin, and I'm like, yeah, because I have the camera on a selfie stick, a little monopod, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when it folds down, the camera lens points up, and I put it in my sternum strap.
Oh, so if you're eating and shit.
So I'm eating all this stuff. The trail mix just fell right in the lens. I couldn't get it out.
Is it still in there?
No, I had to send it out to I sent it out to Assurian, which is an Amazon insurance company, and they had it for like 3 days, and they sent it back to me overnight.
They're like,
hey,
we got your raisin out.
That's hilarious.
Well, I had dropped it, and I broke the remote control sensor. It wasn't a big deal, but I was worried about humidity getting in there and then destroying the camera a little bit. So
that's funny.
They're pretty good. I gotta give it to Assurion on that. I wasn't sure if I should spend that extra 30, but
when you bought the camera, you got that.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so I think I'll be buying that from now on.
I never do that, dude. I'm so paranoid when they ask me when I'm checking out Amazon. I'm like, do you want the insurance? I'm like, no. But shit.
For $40 on a $600 camera.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think it's worth it,
I
or
know.
whatever it was, 700.
We need to take the Sony. The new Canon I have has it has not to the extent that the Sony does, but it's got IBIS in it, which is pretty cool. And then it's got
When mirrorless cameras get to the point where they're super stable, like the camcorders, I will be switching.
Dude,
It's
the
just,
R-
I
I'm
don't wanna
telling
deal
you.
with lenses.
Well, you're still dealing with lenses. Yeah.
Yeah.
The R6 or the R5, what do I have? I have the cheap one. The R5, R6, it's got IBIS in body, and then the lens I have is image stabilized. And then it has
IBIS, in-body image stabilization. Okay. I got
and then it's got electronic image stabilization. So the lens is stabilized, the camera is stabilized, and then there's electronic image stabilization that you can apply to. It's not as good as the Sony. I mean, that thing, literally, you could shake it and it's fine. But
yeah, you can.
for a mirrorless, it's pretty good. But it's also way heavier than the Sony. And the battery life's not as good. And you can't, there's other things.
And then you got to get a mic. And all
I
that.
know, that's the other thing. Yeah, I
It's
know.
just like, it ends up being like this big
I
when you're done
know.
with it.
I know. You got to start carrying a drone like I do.
I was thinking about it. Focus is on PCT saving because that's something I'm dreaming about now. I'm counting down the days at this point, and it's just like
So
I can't wait to live that lifestyle again.
2024. That's targeted.
For April, yeah.
So 3 years from now.
Maybe we'll
A
go
lot
out.
of people are saying it's not going to happen because I have a wife, but I'm pretty sure.
No.
My wife's going to make it happen.
It's all
for me.
about just being on the same page. Planning
No,
for
you'll
it.
you'll do it. Yeah, you got 3 years to save up, 6 months of familial expenses. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just hope another pandemic doesn't roll around.
God, I don't talk like that.
Or you like go out running and blow your knee out like the week before you go.
Yeah, maybe ease
Yeah,
up
again.
on the running a little bit.
Right.
Oh, that's funny. No, and then when are you going to do the CDT? Because I know you want to do all three.
Not planned. I have no interest in being a triple crowner until the CDT is actually finished. I'm not going to
Oh,
do a trail
really?
just for a label. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for
No
you.
interest.
Because if I
I'll
had
do
to
the
like
Colorado trail. I might do that before the PCT,
Dude.
like right before, like a week.
hell yeah,
Get trail legs before I step on the trail and start with 30s every day. Yeah.
we're going to
Start with 30s.
we're going to
every day.
knock
Well,
out.
the desert's easy.
Yeah, it's flat. Yeah, we're going to knock out more of the CT this summer. Beautiful trail. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, your video was amazing on that thing. Just that section you guys did.
We'll be
Bryce.
back doing like way cooler sections this summer because it's easier to get out there and it's a good warm up to the TRT.
And
but,
and everybody tells us we did the lame sections.
I know everyone's like you did the
Really?
most yeah.
Yeah.
You did the most boring section. I'm like, my buddy that lives there was like, why did you do this? I'm like, listen, we want to start at 0 and go in. Like, we just start at the beginning and then we'll knock it off. Like, it wasn't a one-time thing. But yeah, when you get deep into Colorado, like Durango, that area, it is beautiful.
San Juan's.
San Juan's. Yeah, man. All right. We got anything else? Any other chat things? We've been holding him for an hour. He said he doesn't have the kids tonight, so I want to give him some time to enjoy himself.
All right, here. How about this? Put questions in the chat for Frozen if you want him to answer some
We'll
questions.
do a rapid fire with
We'll do a
him.
rapid fire.
Yeah. You know.
Put him on the spot.
This has been fun, man. It's always good to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's always cool for us because you were like, you literally, I remember started watching YouTube in 2016 and I was looking for, I want to say it was Lake Vesuvius.
The first video I watched of yours was Lake Vesuvius when you were having trouble finding the
yeah.
campsite for your
You got
hammock.
lost. Right
Yeah,
on.
you got lost and then you couldn't find
I
a
got
campsite.
so lost and turned around
I
there.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that you had, I don't know, 6, 7, 8,000 subs maybe.
And then I went back and
Maybe
started
less.
watching other videos.
Wow.
And you were in a tent at that point, like early on, and you switched to the hammock. And it's been cool to watch you. You're the only YouTuber, literally,
Gear progression.
other than Shug, maybe. But I don't watch that much Shug
Shug's- you
anymore.
should watch Shug's old videos.
I know.
Like 480p, man. I went
Yeah.
back a few years ago and watched him. I've seen everything that he's done.
Yeah, you. I don't watch that much Syntax anymore.
See, I started watching him again.
I
been
need to.
really
Oh yeah, I
good
love it. I
recently.
love his trips lately.
Yeah.
I've watched them all. They're great.
He's like old Syntax came back from the dead kind of thing.
I love his trips where he's like on a hot streak.
Have you
of,
ever
like,
talked to him?
Oh,
Going and finding things.
No, but I would. He's
feel
like
like
my
you
second
could-
man crush. I would
Yeah.
love to.
I
hike
feel
with
like
him
you
one
have
day.
enough clout. You could. I mean, if Kyle's texting with him, I feel like
Wait, Kyle?
Yeah.
Kyle's texted.
Kyle's backtracked
Oh
with him.
yeah. He's been on the podcast a couple times. That's right.
He's podcasted with him twice.
And they've
He's
been on a trip.
been
I
on a
just
trip
talked to
with him.
Kyle 2 weeks ago, I think. or
Kyle's a
before we
good
went
dude,
to,
man.
Hocking Hills.
Kyle's a good dude. He's got his head on right. He's got his head on. He got a good head on his shoulders. That's what they say about.
He's got a good job.
He's a millennial though. You know, he's a good boy. We like him.
All right, here's some questions.
I'm ready.
All right. Pittsburgh Platter or Cleveland Steamer? I don't know what that is.
I know what a Cleveland steamer is.
From
I
Mark
guess the
Cohen.
Pittsburgh Platter.
What's a
huh?
Pittsburgh platter? I know what a Cleveland steamer is. You don't want that.
Okay, Lucas Hurley says, would you ever try cold soaking?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I cold soaked an Arby's roast beef sandwich on one of my.
Wait, you
workers.
cold soak?
what?
great.
Wait,
You should watch that video.
What?
what?
No, I totally want a cold soak. It was a joke. I totally want a
Oh.
cold soak in the summer. I might do it on the loyal sock. Who knows? We'll see.
We've cold soaked
Yeah,
a little bit.
We've done it quite a bit.
Yeah,
actually.
it's good.
Yeah. All right. Any interest? This from Jack. Any interest in Mid-State Trail in Pennsylvania?
That's the long one, I think. That's like the 200-mile one, maybe.
Oh, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
I was looking at that early. I mean, I'd like to hike them all just to say I hiked every trail in PA, but holy cow, that's a lot of them.
That's a lot.
There's plenty of other ones that I want to do first. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jesse Wilgent says, dealing with condensation in single wall tents. I'm thinking he's asking for tips. Condensation in
I
single.
can answer this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. Get a hammock.
Yeah, I was like, there's nothing you can
Doesn't
do
exist
about it.
today.
Yeah. It's like you can't do anything about it.
I take my buff off every morning and do the tent. No, it's
That's a good
just
idea.
one of those things you got to deal with in the tent.
Yeah.
It sucks. Leave
does.
the doors open.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Oh, Dad's backpack trip. What's one piece of gear you most want to upgrade?
Good question.
Dude, did you see the new Light AF fabric?
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
I
the one
did.
piece right now because I'm kind of.
I'm sure you'll get
yeah,
it.
I don't know. I've gotten a lot of packs from him.
You
and
do.
Every time it's just like, wow, I love this thing. I just got that X Pack BX07.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to get another pack again from any manufacturer just because of the shoulder straps.
Yeah.
They're so beefy.
Yeah.
They're the best thing I've ever felt. in my
Yeah, they're
life.
so beefy.
Yeah.
That's our go-to pack for sure. And I've beaten the shit out of mine. It's beaten down at this point.
Next question from Wayfaring Waz. David Gray or My Own Frontier? Who are you watching?
It's a good question.
Oh, I'm gonna say My Own Frontier. Sorry, David. I love you too, but he's just on another level of planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And he's like so comfortable around grizzly bears.
I
It's a
know.
little
It's
disturbing,
insane.
yeah.
It's disturbing. It is disturbing.
All right.
Nice.
Rebecca Bradnam, Cedar Ridge Underquilt versus UGQ and hammock gear. I've never used
I've
these.
never used Cedar Ridge.
I know what
So-
they are.
UGQ reached out to me, and then we kind of lost contact during COVID. I was hoping to get my hands on a model just to talk about some other vendors.
Mhm.
That's really what I want to do. But I've had Enlightened equipment and hammock gear. I do prefer hammock gear over anything that I've used so far. I've also used Outdoor Vitals, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they make good budget products. So
Yeah, they do. I've never used anything from them.
No.
They sent us a pillow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
I have mine too.
yeah. Hammock gear's got the econ
Everyone
line
got
too.
those. The econ line hammock gear is pretty legit. Yeah.
All right. Favorite bourbon, Frozen.
I don't know.
He's not a bourbon
Never really
guy.
had a bourbon.
That's gonna change when you come here.
I'm down to experiment on that. Yeah.
Worst AT section. This is from Scott.
That's a good
Ballard.
question. Ha!
Rocksylvania.
All of Pennsylvania sucks.
Didn't look good.
This is also from Scott. Piece of gear that you got the most weight savings per dollar.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
That's a really good question.
Because
Does
you
it
can't.
count if somebody sent it to me for free.
Oh, that's. But
Yeah,
no, no.
Yeah, well, consider the MSRP of the product that you got for free.
Okay.
That's a great question.
You'd have to say a DCF tent, so the Plexamid, I would say.
But weight savings for dollar.
Weight savings per unit dollar? That's an expensive weight gain
I
or
think
weight
it's,
save.
it's probably going to be some type of like down product.
Like, what's the cheapest
Oh,
thing you
okay.
can get that saves the most amount of weight? That's
All
how I
right,
read
yeah.
that.
Quilt.
Yeah.
Quilt.
Quilt's a good one.
Yeah.
Pack's not a bad one.
Pack's not a bad one either. Like
Pack.
something in like the 250, 350
Yeah.
range.
I
Yeah,
misunderstood the question. Sorry, dude.
it's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I'd go with a quilt first over if you have a heavy sleeping bag, maybe a
Yeah,
synthetic one like
yeah.
I did. Going from a synthetic insole Clima Max or whatever the heck it's called. What's
Climate
it
shield.
called?
Climate shield.
Is it
right?
Climate Shield?
That was climate shield.
Yeah. I think it's
That
it's got-
synthetic that
yeah,
you're talking about. Yeah.
I haven't used one in so long, but
Yeah.
yeah, going from that to a quilt, night and day.
You know what else would be
Clothing's not a bad one.
$1 per weight? If you had like a really heavy cooking set, you could get like a
Good titanium
Yeah.
for $30.
Yep,
Be done
yep.
forever.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great question. We should do a whole video on that. Video ideas.
That's our
Done.
idea.
Yeah, Frozen, you could do a video on that too.
I'm sure everybody will.
We'll tag each other.
What did Joe E. Tucker said? Joey Tucker. Okay, got it. What did you think of the Foothills Trail?
I loved it. I think it's a really good intro if you want to through hike the AT because it's exactly like it.
That's good.
Oh,
That's good.
that's a very good review. Let me see here. Okay, this is a good one from Justin Outdoors. When not backpacking, what's your go-to outdoor activity?
Good question.
Cutting the grass. No, I just like day hiking is really my thing. I don't know. I just go out on the local Moon Park Trail and have at it. 3 miles down, 3 miles back.
Awesome.
That's good. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that
All
was
right.
it. Yeah.
Fishing's good
There are a
too.
bunch of them. All right, man. Thanks, dude. This was fun.
No
It's
problem.
always fun
Thanks for
talking to
having
you,
me, guys.
man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um,
Appreciate the Thursday night.
Yeah, I appreciate the
spending-
time. Appreciate the time. I know this
Yeah.
is doing these is,
And I know you're crazy busy and you got a lot
I
going
know.
on. So
yeah. He's got IT problems. Hashtag IT problems.
Yeah.
He's solving them.
hey, take a night off. Come to Columbus.
Yeah. Take a
I'm on
weekend.
my way.
You don't take a full weekend. Take a night whenever you want. We'll have a good time. That's it.
Yes.
All right, everybody.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks,
problem.
Jason.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. See ya. Now I have to awkwardly walk over to the keyboard.
And I have to sit here by myself. Oh, the podcast is over. I guess Ever's still on too.
All right, see you guys. Have fun.
Yeah, see ya.
That was fun.
Yeah, a lot of